looking at a common fault here, hands being too wide in the stance, like so, and then in the back lift. So as we move to the line of the ball, the hands get very wide. It's going to be very hard for the hands to come down and through the correct line to meet the ball. I'm pretending here the ball is coming straight or threatening the wickets, and it is nice and full. So with our vertical front foot play, we want to make sure that our shoulders are leading to the line of the delivery. Our forearm is parallel with the shoulders, as you can see, okay, and my elbow joint is underneath my front shoulder. This will make it very easy for my top hand and my wrist to work or act as a lever, okay, and take full control of the weight of the bat and take full control of the stroke and that point of contact. Okay, if the wrist is also working effectively, the shoulders are working effectively, we're going to maximise power at that point of contact. So, apart from the odd exception, there's one or two players in world cricket today who do possess very wide hands. It's a comfort factor for them, and they get the hands very wide and they have it out to in swing plane where they come down and through. Now, that's very difficult, but they are the exception because they pull it off. So their hand-eye coordination, balance, and their ability to accept the ball is phenomenal. So they are the exception, and you might find when you're coaching players that there are one or two out there, and you might not want to actually make an adjustment because it's working for them. So again, the outcome will generally reflect how well or how efficient the technique is. We're going to show you a few drills shortly. We're working on hitting straight, and that will test out the technique, and it's a great way to test if there is issues with a wide back lift. Okay, I'll show you from side on. So again, wide hands in the stance, and as I move to the ball or commit into the striking position, the hands get very wide. This will make the bottom hand become very dominant, so the back leg will generally collapse and the bottom hand will push through. And as you can see, the point of contact is too far out in front of my eyes there. Okay, you can also see the bottom hand is advanced of my top hand at the point of contact. So, really, really important, if we keep the hands close to the body, we move to the line of the ball, the top hand just locks or loads efficiently. Okay, that's going to assist with a nice weight distribution as well, and we're going to be on top of the bounce. Top hand is in full control at the point of contact, and what we're after is basically simplicity in the movement to the line of the ball and the setting of a balanced, stable striking position, and the downswing to be as simplistic as possible. So a nice straight swing plane, making sure that we're presenting a nice full face of the bat to the ball. That's what we're after, and the more simple we can make things, the easier it is going to become at playing high percentage cricket shots. So a really good drill that I like to use is to get players to actually line up on a line. So it could be a painted line, it could be a crack in the driveway, it could be anything. But just use that as a point of reference to make sure, okay, that your foot is going beside the line, which would effectively be the line of the ball, and your hands will come down and through, working with your shoulders, hands in line with your eyes, making sure that your downswing runs all the way along the line. And your hands, if everything is lining up, the bat should actually be blinding you from seeing the line. So it's a good drill to do some shadow rehearsals. And the other thing, if we're executing the fault, just to give you another indication, when the hands get wide and we move to the line of the ball, okay, you can see there it's going to be very difficult for the hands and the downswing to have to come all the way around and get back down through the line. And what we find quite commonly when this occurs and the hands get wide, the setting of the position occurs. As the bottom hand takes over the stroke, the face becomes very open. Okay, so the ball, if you do get lucky enough to strike it like that, the ball will always go to the right of the intended target. So again, just reiterating the importance of a nice efficient back lift, keeping the hands close to the body and having the hands working with the shoulders. If it's all simplistic, okay, it's very easy to come down and through the correct line, presenting a nice face. So that's a good drill there. Very simply in the nets, you can work away with that. Sometimes the players struggle to actually feel what they're doing. They don't realise the hands are quite wide. So what we'll do here is a little test. Russ, I want you to try and hit the wickets down the other end. And you'll be very surprised the balls here will go to the right of the intended target. Here we are, wide hands. And again. So as you can see there, the ball is going to the right of the intended target. The hands are getting too wide. So we're going to make the necessary adjustment and try and make sure that the hands stay closer to the body, the back lift gets a little bit straighter. It doesn't need to be directly straight. If you still feel comfortable with that bat being slightly wide, the main thing is that this wrist is not getting flimsy, and the bat please, and getting in that manner. So we don't want it there, pointing there. We want the wrist working straight up and down Okay, so Russ, if you could do that please. Hands closer, more top wrist engagement and load, and make sure the forearm is parallel with the shoulders so everything is lining up. Okay, we want nice synergy there. Alright, that looks pretty organised and simple. Relax. Oh, and hit the stumps first time. Okay, so that's a fantastic adjustment, but that is a great drill just to test and give the feedback to some players sometimes when they aren't aware of what they're doing. Let's do another drill now. Another great drill is to get a skinny bat with some golf balls. That will really test your alignment and make sure that you're presenting a full face through the line of the ball. If you don't have golf balls or a skinny bat, you might want to use a stump and some tennis balls. That's quite handy. So the drill that we would do with those devices, okay, would be a simple little underarm feed from about 6 metres away, a little half volley, nice and easy, okay, like so, something like this. And just work on hitting nice and straight. The drill we're going to do now though is to take the bottom hand off the bat, please. You place the top hand a little bit lower on the bat. It's unrealistic, but we're just trying to sense the weight of the bat and can do this drill with better control. Alright, here we go. That's it. Are we ready? So it's going to be very hard to actually hit the ball straight if his technique is poor or if those hands get too wide, like so. If you could just demonstrate one please, Russ, with wide hands. Okay, so wide hands in your stance, and as you move to the line of delivery and commence your back lift, of course your hands will get extremely wide. Okay, and you'll come down and through. That's it. Here we go. There we go. And the ball went to the right of the intended target, as you can see. Similar to a slice in golf. Alright, so stance now. Keep the hand closer to you. Make sure that that top hand is acting like a lever, working up and down. Forearm parallel with the shoulder alignment, and that elbow nicely under the front shoulder. Here we go. Now I'm just ready here, ready to move in case he does hit a straight drive. Excellent. Alright, so that drill there will really nurture and develop the necessary habits. So we've zoned in there on one of the most common faults that we find with batting, with players that we've been working with at the academy or from the footage that people have been sending in to us. So I hope that you really enjoyed that and that was valuable. If you want some more tips and coaching on how to play straight and high percentage cricket shots, then sign up to become a mycricketcoach.com annual member.